Tired of your Christmas Eve service feeling like a holiday rerun of It's a Wonderful Life? As a pastor, I've been there, staring at a blank calendar. This year, let's ditch the creative dry spell. We're serving up 9 fresh ideas to make your Christmas Eve unforgettable. 1. Incorporate kids into the service. Let's talk about the real nudges you're going to get in church this Christmas Eve, from little elbows and sugar-fueled enthusiasm. Christmas Eve is like the Super Bowl of family togetherness for many Americans. Parents, bless their hearts, actually want their tiny humans in the service with them. It's that one magical night where the usual drop off at the kids' ministry rule goes out the window, and everyone's crammed into the pews, often in their festive finest. Maybe even a new sweater vest. Now, we all know the adorable mental image. Perfectly behaved cherubs, wide-eyed and silently soaking in the message. The reality? More like a game of, is that a toy dinosaur or a baby Jesus peeking out from under the pew? So, instead of just bracing for impact, lean into it. Give these little rascals a job. Maybe they lead a verse of, Away in a Manger. Bonus points for unpredictable harmonies, it's charmingly authentic. Or perhaps a handful of older kids can reenact the Nativity, complete with a perpetually confused donkey and a shepherd who keeps trying to baa at the congregation. No time for a full-blown pageant that would make a Broadway producer sweat? No problem. Set up a Christmas story activity station in the back. Think special coloring books featuring the Holy Family. Not, heaven forbid, another Elsa coloring page. Or a simple craft where they make their own glitter-infused paper snowflakes. It's like a peaceful diversion, a strategic glitter bomb for their creative energy. Incorporating kids makes the service feel truly communal and memorable. It's not just about keeping them occupied. It's about making them feel like an essential, albeit occasionally noisy, part of the Christmas story. Plus, seeing a 4-year-old in a sparkly angel costume trying to high-five the pastor? Priceless. It keeps the magic alive for everyone, even the adults wondering if Santa still brings them gifts. 2. Bring out the choir. Speaking of getting everyone involved and making them feel like a star, let's talk about a classic that often gets put on the shelf with the tinsel for 11 months of the year. The church choir. Now, I know what you're thinking. Choir? In this economy? And in this attention span challenged age, where most worship sets are powered by a single acoustic guitar and a fog machine. Many churches these days are more likely to have a rock band than a robed ensemble. But Christmas Eve? That, my friends, is when you pull out the big guns. That's when you dust off the hymnals, or, let's be real, print out the lyrics in a fancy font that looks like a hymnal. And gather your most enthusiastic, maybe slightly off-key, singers for a once-a-year spectacle. Think of it like a superhero team-up, but instead of capes, they wear matching robes, or nice sweaters. The magic here isn't just about perfect pitch, it's about community and outreach. When Cousin Betty is belting out a slightly too loud, joy to the world, what's she going to do? She's going to tell everyone she knows. You have to come see me sing at church this Christmas Eve. It's practically an evangelism strategy disguised as a community talent show. And people love to support their loved ones. It instantly transforms your service into a grander, more traditional event, a live-action Hallmark movie complete with heart and, hopefully, harmony. Plus, the sheer joy on a participant's face, whether they're 8 or 80, is infectious. It just feels like Christmas, adding a layer of warmth and tradition that draws people in and makes them feel part of something truly special. 3. Sing the classic Christmas songs. Speaking of tradition and making folks feel special, let's talk about the soundtrack to your Christmas Eve. After your choir has hit those high notes and woven their magical spell, don't reinvent the wheel when it comes to the carols. This isn't the time for a radical musical departure. I know, every pastor or worship leader has that internal voice whispering. Be fresh, be innovative, let's get weird. And while I applaud the spirit, Christmas Eve is prime time for the greatest hits. Think about it. People travel hundreds of miles, brave Black Friday-level parking, and spend an arm and a leg on presents. All for that warm, fuzzy feeling. They want, oh holy night, joy to the world, silent night, the whole 9 yards. This is their comfort food for the soul. I once heard about a well-meaning youth pastor who tried to get edgy and opened a Christmas service with a mashup of All I Want for Christmas Is You, with a heavy metal drum solo. Bless his heart, but let's just say the congregation reacted like they'd been handed a lump of coal instead of a candy cane. There were more furrowed brows than during a tax audit. People cherish these songs. They're woven into the fabric of American Christmas, from school pageants to Hallmark movies. They want their kids to learn the same melodies they hummed as children, creating an unbroken chain of holiday magic. So, let your contemporary band shine another Sunday. On Christmas Eve, lean into the classics. Give them what they came for, a chance to belt out those beloved tunes, maybe slightly off-key, but with all their heart. 4. Organize a candlelight service. So, you've got everyone's vocal cords warmed up with Silent Night and Joy to the World. What's the perfect, awe-inspiring encore to those timeless carols? It's time to bring out the candles. Now, for many of us parents, Christmas Eve is the one night a year we momentarily suspend our "no playing with fire" rule. It's like the annual controlled chaos event where everyone, from toddlers with supervision, naturally, to grandma, gets to hold a tiny, flickering flame. For my kids, it's basically their personal pyrotechnics show, and honestly, the sheer wonder on their faces as they cup that little spark is priceless. Think about it. A sanctuary previously lit by harsh fluorescence or even just the dimmed house lights slowly transforming. One tiny flame sparks another, then another, spreading warmth and light like wildfire, but the good, spiritual kind. Suddenly, the whole room glows with a soft, dancing reverence. It's straight out of a classic Hallmark movie. Or that iconic scene in Home Alone when Kevin's watching the choir. In a world saturated with LED screens and blinding retail displays, this simple, ancient tradition feels incredibly grounding. Cutting through the holiday hustle like a hot knife through, well, gingerbread. Few things illustrate light triumphing over darkness better than watching a whole room go from, "Oh, did the power go out?" to, "Wow, this is beautiful." It's a powerful, visual reminder of hope, connection, and not accidentally setting your neighbor's hair on fire. Plus, those Instagram stories practically write themselves. This humble moment is a tradition that sticks, reminding everyone that even a small light can make a huge difference. 5. Create a magical, snow experience. And speaking of creating a memorable atmosphere that leaves a lasting impression, let's pivot from the quiet glow of candlelight to a full-on winter wonderland spectacle. For those of you in sunny climes like Southern California, Florida, or Arizona, the idea of a white Christmas might feel as foreign as a New Yorker saying, "Y'all." But what if you could make it happen? I'm talking about breaking out the snow machines. Yes, I said snow. And no, I don't mean just asking for prayers for a blizzard. This idea is definitely a bigger swing and might cost you a bit more than a few extra gallons of hot cocoa. But the wow factor is practically off the charts. Imagine families arriving or leaving your Christmas Eve service, and real, magical, snow is softly falling around them. It's like stepping directly into a classic holiday movie, but way better because it's your church and your people experiencing it. The enchantment this creates is second to none. Kids will absolutely lose their minds in the best possible way, probably trying to catch flakes on their tongues. Adults, meanwhile, will be pulling out their smartphones faster than you can say, "eggnog latte." Those Instagram stories? Pure gold. The family photos you'll get? Priceless. You'll be trending in your zip code, guaranteed. It transforms the entire atmosphere, creating a genuine sense of wonder and joy that ties directly into that classic Christmas spirit. It's unexpected, enchanting, and undeniably unforgettable. Just make sure your sound system doesn't short out when the snow starts falling. Just kidding, mostly. 6. Offer festive treats. Alright, so you've got the mystical snow falling, painting a winter wonderland, maybe a choir belting out Silent Night. You're practically halfway to a Hallmark movie set. But what's a truly memorable experience without some delicious fuel? Step right up, because number 7 on our list is a no-brainer. Offer festive treats. Americans, bless our hearts, practically operate on snacks. And around Christmas, our snack game goes next level. We're talking about more than just some stale communion crackers here, folks. Think about it. Who doesn't love a warm cup of hot cocoa, perhaps with a miniature marshmallow mountain? Or those delightfully spiced gingerbread cookies that smell like a cozy cabin in Vermont? Maybe go all out with a sugar cookie decorating station. Just be ready for a mild sugar rush and some very enthusiastic, frosting-covered kids. From classic candy canes to peppermint bark, these aren't just snacks, they're memory makers. There's something uniquely communal about sharing food, especially around the holidays. It opens up a different kind of connection. Like a mini Thanksgiving potluck but with less family drama and way more glitter. It's a low-cost, high-impact move that melts hearts faster than a snow machine in July. Plus, let's be real, it gives everyone something to do with their hands besides checking their phone during the sermon. 7. Offer professional family photos. Alright, we've gotten everyone sugared up with gingerbread cookies and hot cider, creating that warm, fuzzy connection. Now, speaking of those families all together and looking their absolute Sunday, or rather, Christmas Eve, best, let's capitalize on that magic. My 8th idea is to offer professional family photos right there at your service. Let's be real, getting everyone in the same room, looking semi-presentable, and not actively bickering, is a Christmas miracle in itself. Christmas Eve is often the one day a year where Aunt Karen finally puts on something other than her comfy sweatpants. Uncle Bob shaves, and the kids are wearing something that isn't covered in playground dirt. You likely have someone in your congregation who's a wizard with a DSLR or even just their fancy iPhone 15 Pro Max. Set up a simple, festive photo booth, maybe a twinkly lights backdrop, a cozy faux fireplace, or even just a beautifully decorated corner of your sanctuary. It doesn't have to be a full-blown JCPenney portrait studio operation. Just a dedicated spot where families can snap a high-quality photo. Think about it. Parents have wrestled their kids into those itchy sweaters and bribed them with candy canes just for this occasion. Give them a reason to remember it. This isn't just a fun perk, it's a genuine gift. These photos will end up on refrigerators, next year's Christmas cards, and be the new Facebook profile picture for at least a month. Plus, if you brand it subtly, say with a small sign or a church-specific hashtag, you're getting some organic, joyful social media buzz. It's a win-win. Families get a cherished memory without the mall hassle, and your church becomes the backdrop for those picture-perfect holiday smiles. 8. Provide an opportunity to give. Okay, so you've got everyone looking like $1,000,000 and feeling all warm and fuzzy from those perfect family photos. What's the next logical step when you're overflowing with holiday cheer? Well, besides maybe hitting up Starbucks for a peppermint mocha, it's giving back. Christmas Eve isn't just about what we get or the memories we make. It's prime time to remember those who could use a little extra cheer. Think about it. After all that Black Friday madness, ordering everything online, and maybe even a few skirmishes over the last Tickle Me Elmo doll back in the day, people are often itching for a way to genuinely make a difference. It's like their spiritual odometer needs a reset, a palate cleanser for the soul. Your church can be the ultimate conduit for that generosity. Instead of just a regular offering plate, why not dedicate a specific Christmas Eve opportunity to give? Maybe it's a massive toy drive for kids who might not otherwise get much, like a local Santa's Workshop program or a drive for toys for tots. Or perhaps a reverse advent calendar, where families bring in one non-perishable food item for a local food pantry. Imagine mountains of canned goods, enough to feed a small army, or at least a few dozen families. You could even partner with a local homeless shelter or an animal rescue for those adorable furry friends. Folks are already feeling the Christmas spirit, so giving them a clear, tangible way to bless others isn't just a request, it's a gift to them. It gives all that festive energy a truly meaningful outlet, turning your service into a beacon of hope and generosity that extends far beyond your four walls. 9. Guide visitors to a next step. Alright, you've dazzled them with snow, melted their hearts with carols, and filled their bellies with gingerbread. They've even opened their wallets for a good cause, feeling all warm and fuzzy like a freshly baked cinnamon roll. Now, what happens when they walk out the door? Do they just vanish into the frosty night, only to reappear next Christmas? For another dose of holiday cheer and maybe more free cookies? Nope. This is where you, the savvy church leader, become less like a Christmas host and more like a spiritual air traffic controller. Christmas Eve is prime time for visitors. We're talking folks who haven't seen the inside of a church since their cousin's baptism, or maybe ever. They're there for family, for tradition, for the twinkly lights, or because Aunt Carol dragged them along. Whatever the reason, they're there. And trust me, attending one candlelight service, no matter how epic, isn't exactly a year's worth of spiritual growth. That's like saying eating one kale leaf makes you a nutritionist. You've got to give them a clear, irresistible invitation to a next step. Think of it like a choose-your-own-adventure book for their soul. Do they want to learn more about faith? Sign up for a Coffee with the Pastor session next month. Looking for community? Point them to a local small group or a volunteer opportunity. Maybe helping out at the food bank you just collected donations for. Is it an engaging kids program that caught their eye? Hand them a flyer for your Sunday school. Whatever it is, make it as obvious as a giant red bow on a Christmas present. Don't just say, hope to see you again. Make it, we'd love to see you again asterisk at this specific, awesome thing. This isn't about church growth. It's about guiding those curious souls to find deeper connection. And maybe, just maybe, discovering that Christmas spirit lasts all year long. Don't let them leave without a roadmap. So there you have it, folks, ways to make your Christmas Eve service shine brighter than Times Square on New Year's Eve. What genius moves does your church pull to keep things fresh? Spill the tea in the comments below. We're all ears for more epic ideas. And hey, if you want more tips to keep your ministry game strong, hit that subscribe button like it's the